Welcome to the one and only Robert Garcia Show.
Okay.
Welcome to the one and only Robert Garcia Show. Today, on today's episode, we have Robert Garcia 1 and Robert Garcia 2.
How is that possible?
Well, how is that possible?
Yeah.
Well, one is Robert Garcia 2, Dad's brother, which makes him my uncle. Robert Garcia number 1. Robert Garcia 2 is Tank number 2. I got all my upbringing from this man right here and his brother, which is my dad, and his other brother, which was my uncle Richard, and
I'm Richard too.
And not only do we have Robert Garcia 1 and 2, we have my uncle Richard, which was my uncle Robert Garcia 1's brother. His nephew is Richard Garcia 2.
Right.
You see, Mexican families like to keep the name in the family. As the kids grow up, they name them as the uncles and aunts. That's custom.
How was
Not only that, they got some kick-ass food all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember drinking with you one time, Uncle Arthur, at your house on
Uncle Arthur is Robert
Garcia.
One.
It was Robert number 1, Robert Garcia number 1, which is my uncle.
But you call him Art.
Yeah. We drank. We went to the store over there in Westwood, and this guy I had been in the county jail with him. Won't leave names out of this so you don't get embarrassed if he's still alive. No, I didn't kill him. He's just natural causes or something. I don't know. If he is, I don't know if he is or not. So you can't use this against me. He told me he was gonna kick my ass, and I told him, no, I don't want to fight you. You know, because we're in public for one thing.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to call the cops on me, and plus he was with his girlfriend. I was saving him a little bit embarrassment. He's about to get embarrassed for me, and he goes, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna kick your ass. And he came at me and he punched me in the nose, and my nose was bleeding. And he pulled my sweatshirt over my head. We were right next to the payphone, and I just outpowered him. I couldn't see him because my sweatshirt was over my head. My nose was bleeding. And he had punched me. So I just did what came natural, and I knocked him out. And I go, see, I told you I didn't want to fight you, man.
That's a drinking story?
And the guy from the store came out and goes, that was self-defense, pure and simple. I seen the whole thing. Heard you say you didn't want to fight him. Yeah, because we were drinking, me and your dad. Yeah, at his house.
That's
Your
a twist on a
house.
drinking story right there.
Well, you said a drink. That's the only one I could think of.
Yeah.
I know some drink stories of myself, but being with your dad.
Oh no, they can be by yourself.
Oh, okay. So you didn't tell me that.
It's a funny drinking story.
Okay.
But that was cool one too.
That was one story when I was with my uncle drinking, and we went to the store. I was confronted aggressively by this bully.
I remember one time my dad was drinking at the house and he had like a bottle of tequila or vodka, I don't know what it was. We were young.
Yeah.
And the homeboys in the neighborhood we were all younger, you know. But he goes, I'm gonna drink this through my eyeball. He stuck the fucking bottle in his eyeball and tilted back, just tried to drink the fucking drink it through his eyeball. Everybody's all, what? Nobody forgot that shit. They were just like, remember that time your dad tried to drink the fucking tequila through his eyeball and shit? Didn't even hurt his eye or nothing.
That's what makes your dad who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember your dad for his laugh.
Yeah,
He had an original laugh.
Yeah.
Nobody I know laughs like that.
Liquor versus beer. Liquor versus beer. Liquor or beer?
Both, I think.
You mean like hard liquor?
Both.
You mean like hard liquor?
Yeah, liquor. Yeah, like hard liquor.
I stayed away from hard liquor. Like, if you don't mind, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I don't remember nothing the next day, and I wind up in a handcuffed in a police car, or cussing the cop out, or in a drunk tank in jail, or in prison.
Yeah.
And another time, I was reading a report right after my accident, and it said that they sprayed me with mace, and I go, those motherfuckers did that? Right after my accident, my sister, no, keep reading. And it said that I was drinking hard liquor, and I walked up to a cop car and kicked the mirror off the side of their door and started fighting with about 15, 20 of them. Then they sprayed me with mace. That's why I don't drink hard liquor. 'Cause If I ever do again, I ain't leaving the house.
Yeah. Well, I guess my dad, he said he'd drink both. he said both. Fuck it. Me personally, I like liquor better. I don't like beer. Well, I think
it does the job
I feel
faster.
like, yeah, and I feel
You
like
don't have
beer
to drink
makes
as
me
much of
fat.
it.
You ever drink a lot of beer, try to get
Because you have
drunk?
to drink a lot of it.
Yeah, and you get
for it to
water,
get
like
that
waterlogged,
fake,
and you're like, ugh. And
It's
you eat
okay.
a lot, you know, it's like,
As long as you don't go nowhere.
yeah, but
I think it's better. Like, or if you eat
liquor.
when you're drinking it. Because my sister does that. She has barbecues and people drink whiskey. But she has plenty of food and she encourages people to eat.
Right.
Because it takes the high away a little bit.
Well,
Sobers you out.
I think I like liquor.
Well, it's fun.
I like it, but it creeps up on you pretty bad. I've had a few blackout moments I wasn't too proud of. You know, when I tried to break dance and I fell on my knee, and I had to go to the doctor, you know, to fix my knee.
I've heard some stuff that were embarrassing me about myself.
Normally, I really break dance pretty good. Nah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
You used to. You were the guy who used to kick back on Jefferson with wingtips on. And when there wasn't when there was a lot of traffic, you start breakdancing in front of the 7-Eleven. It's now a Quickie Mart, I think.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me.
Yeah. Well, Rich, I've been wine tasting. Can I tell you one story about myself when I was drunk one time?
Yeah.
I don't remember. But I wasn't going nowhere for about 4 months after that, and people would invite me. You're going to my party. You come to my party. I go, no, I ain't going nowhere for about 4 months. They said it was Halloween, and I was acting like I was casting spells on people and dancing, and I don't know how to dance.
From wine?
No, hard liquor. Whiskey.
What this got to do with wine tasting?
Oh. Well, as far as that goes...
That's a good drinking story, though.
I like wine because you don't have to drink as much of it as beer, and it catches you a buzz right away.
Yeah.
Me, it does.
Well, for me, it gives me like a happy face buzz. Like
right.
When I drink wine, all of a sudden my
you
cheeks feel rosy. And
it just makes you tired, though. It makes you tired, though.
Yeah. And you still got to drink kind of a lot of it if you want to get fucked. You got to drink like a bottle of it.
What does it say?
Do you order any fancy drinks?
No.
I had to say no on that one either.
I'll drink
Whatever you got, man. Whiskey, whatever. Give me a screaming orgasm. Those are new ones.
Margaritas. I like margaritas.
Well, that's kind of fancy. Kind of.
Margaritas? I never heard one. I never had one of those. How about a Shirley Temple don't have alcohol on it, I don't think.
I have Shirley Temple.
I think you can have a Shirley Temple with alcohol.
Okay.
I never had
one
with
with
alcohol.
You
can have it with or without alcohol.
I like Long Island iced teas.
So I guess that answers this next question she wrote here. Or no, it's not a question. Man. Men who drink fancy drinks. I guess that's you guys. I guess that's you guys.
No, I just like
came out of the closet with it.
Hard alcohol, whatever you have. Old bottle of wine.
Like a biker.
That's how I used to get my girls in Browns Valley. I had an old bottle of wine and a quarter in my pocket. And why I say a quarter in my pocket, because the dryers, the new ones, you open them, the heat stops. The old ones, the heat stays on. So I have a quarter for put in the dryer and an old bottle of wine. Head out to Browns Valley to my girlfriend's house
and
take
what
out
was
my
you hang
sweatshirt.
on the laundry mat?
Yeah. If it was a cold night, yeah, that's what we did. If it was a nice night, then we go to Browns Valley School and do it right there on the concrete. But I caught the janitor looking at us a couple times like, we can't do that no more. I don't like him looking at my girlfriend or my ass or nothing.
Well, when was your last drink?
Last night.
I thought it was.
I'm
He
trying to
seemed like
quit.
he was buzzing pretty good last night.
I'm trying to quit. I you don't have any beer on you right now, do you?
No, I was gonna bring
okay,
some,
okay.
but I gotta drive.
Well, I got trying to quit anyways.
You drink alone? You drink? My dad drinks alone. Oh my god, my dad drinks alone.
I can't.
I tried to. We had to hide the liquor from this guy because he won't. When we're at the house, we go, "Hey, you want to drink?" He'll go, "No, I don't drink anymore." Now we'll leave the house and come back and the whole bottle's gone. He'll be laying on the couch laughing. I go, "Fuck, what the fuck happened?"
They call hard alcohol spirits, and I think there's a reason for that because it brings out your spirits. Now your dad's been a hard worker since I've known him.
Oh, he's still a hard worker. Yeah, he's gonna be 70 in a couple weeks.
70?
He still works with us. He says child support every time. I told my dad, "You don't want me to pay you?" No, not child support. Child support.
Because if it's documented, they'll take it. They won't ask you, they'll take it and tell you
Oh man.
how many more of their checks they're gonna take. Do you start getting caught up or how?
I'm gonna get arrested after this interview right now. Labor laws.
No, because
I'm abusing
all
my
you
dad
said
or
was,
something.
let me correct that, the scene that just happened. All you're saying is, by getting paid, he works out, doesn't he?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they say in the pen. I just got paid right now. I got my money. That's
Right.
what you meant.
Yeah, that's what
by
I meant when
exercise.
they said he gets works
When he,
out.
when he works, he gets his exercise on.
Well, that's what I do. I go with him. I volunteer.
Yeah,
I'm a volunteer
for
worker.
health,
right.
for health reasons.
Right.
I like to stay exercise. Yesterday was a beautiful day,
Right.
man. I was out there and you just thought that sun was just hitting you, man. And you're out there like pretending it's your garden.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's a good thing.
I tear shit up, man.
Exactly. When I'm in a situation like that, Art, can I tell you how I feel? That song comes out into my head. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes. You saying garden, I felt like saying that. I remember this one
You
too.
were singing it.
I went to a garden party,
Yeah.
reminiscing with my old friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the words I know. I just remember the words. I don't remember who sings them or nothing like that.
You're doing
Yeah.
good.
Is it still as fun to drink now as when you were in your 20s?
No. In answer to that question, no, it's not.
No.
The life's been taken out of, the fun's been taken out of, and I'll tell you why. I kind of analyze it. Why isn't it fun? I mean, I got a little bit of family here, and we're listening to music. But you know why, Richard? Because after I thought about it for a while, why isn't it fun? Because when I had fun was when the ladies were there. And they were dancing around, just being themselves. They would take over my kitchen, start cooking, start cleaning, and on their own. But they just made it fun, just their company.
Yeah.
And that was the difference when I was drinking a couple times around other people. They said, we might get some girls, and there was never no girls there. And I was just thinking, this ain't really a good time, man. You know what? They got music, they got beer. I'm not having a
nothing
good
but a
time.
bunch of
Why?
fucking dudes.
Oh, there's no girls here.
Yeah.
Hello, that's why. I mean, they just liven it up, you know, just
So
them
it
being
could
there.
be still the same fun as when you were in your 20s.
Oh, it could be, yes. That's
Okay, so it's not an age thing. Not like
no,
only
no.
was fun when you were in your
That's
20s.
a good point. Yeah, I
What
think you
about-
hit the nail on the head with that one.
What about you?
What about me?
When you drink, do you think it's still as fun to drink now as it was when you first started?
It's all the same to me.
Yeah, you know, I'm the most bored that I've ever been in my life, Richard. I mean, since you bring that up, I am just fucking bored. I mean, okay, let's think about it. I got my own place now after 10 years. But I'm bored. I mean, cause no ladies are running around. That's why that lady, the little one that's here,
Yeah.
that's why she kind of livened it up.
Because you're bored.
I'm getting bored. Even with her, but I'm starting to get bored. But she kind of like, it makes it nice just having a female. To me, it's always been nice just having a female. Like when I was in the pen,
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get out around real females. And because one day I woke up looking at the big ass walls in San Quentin. I thought, well, there ain't no women in here. I gotta get out. Stay out of trouble. So I stayed out of trouble, and I got out, and there's beautiful women all over the place here in Napa. We got the Valley girls here, and that's what I'm used to. Like, oh my God, that's how they talk, and you know, it's just kind of nice. It makes things worth doing. Like drinking, I don't like to drink for no reason, but I do like to drink if they're here, if the women are here. We're listening to a little bit of music, and just it's just fun. It makes it real. It makes it worth having a little party for or having a good time. That's all, and then once in a while I get lucky, just once in a while, but it happens more often than not. And then once in a while you get what I call, I made these words up, it's called a dry spell. You don't get none. But it's all right, as long as they're around once in a while, then things will liven up a little bit and you'll get some. And that's how it goes, I think for any guy.
Too much of anything is not
Yeah,
good
yeah.
for you.
In moderation.
Moderation.
Everything in moderation. I said, who taught me that was this guy in Pleasant Valley. It wasn't so pleasant. But this guy goes, he was a Puerto Rican guy with blue eyes. And he used to tell me everything in moderation. And he said he didn't speak English or wasn't able to read, but when he learned, he started appealing this case. They started pulling him out of his cell. The guards did, beating the shit out of him.
In moderation?
I don't think they did moderation on that one.
No.
He said they were mad because he was challenging them, appealing them, and but that's a totally different prison. They have you in dog runs and cameras right there watching you. In dog runs, I mean like dog cages, what they put dogs in.
Well, you know, people don't care about people in prison. When you're in there, no one gives a shit. You could be getting smashed on.
Yeah, you're like cattle.
Box.
There's an old saying we're like cattle just being housed in there.
The only trick is to try to.
But they get $40,000 a year for each person, so it's an industry. They don't mention that to anybody because the government took over now and they're analyzing every little thing. They can't just send people for no reason because they want money because they're paying for it. They're paying this money for $40,000 a year for each. So they go, the laws are going to change. You're not going to just send people to prison for no reason. But I'm glad it's over and it's time to enjoy life now. Indubitably.
I got to pick up some kids from school and I'm going to be late. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to start on the vodka one.
You like vodka?
Vodka and orange juice.
Vodka and orange juice?
Would be my favorite. Yeah. If we had a bottle of vodka, I would buy orange juice.
You get in trouble?
Yeah. I do crazy shit. I don't remember doing it.
You don't remember doing anything? You
No.
say things you don't remember,
That's why I don't really drink it too much. But if you had some right here, right now, I'd drink it with you. Especially if you was going to buy some broads because they make everything worth it to me. Like, okay, let me fill up, like, hangover a little bit tomorrow as long as I had a good time. The chicks were here. Then I would go ahead and take little chances like that. But other than that, like I work out every day, so that would stop me from if there was no chicks here making it worth it for me to drink hard liquor. I probably wouldn't do it.
Oh, I'm not too much of a party person anymore.
Right.
I do like to party, don't get me wrong, but I pick my times
Right.
because I'm around my grandkids all the time.
You don't want to take a hit of this joint again?
Every now and then when I come home from work, I like to have me a beer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I don't get
understandable.
drunk, but I like to have a beer and relax and just go to
Right,
sleep.
that's understandable, especially after
you don't
a
have
hard
kids
day.
tugging on you all day long.
Yeah.
Grandpa,
Yeah,
Every now and then it's nice. Don't get me wrong, when they're not around, I miss the heck out of them.
right. Yeah, I can imagine.
I do.
Especially the little ones. They say a lot of funny things when they're little. They're cute when they're little.
Yeah.
Like
the little guy, the little one that comes here, the one you met in the car.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That little guy, Richard grabs my phone, right? And I told him my Pandora doesn't come out. He was trying to fix it for me.
Yeah.
And the baby got mad when he got my phone. He said, Papa's phone. He was trying to take it from him, rushed him.
Yeah.
And
They're
funny
cute,
when
and they're only little one time, Uncle Art. And I say that with the little story I'll tell you real quick. My little niece, when she was little, she's already been to college now. She asked me, did I want to play catch with her or cards? I go, no, Uncle Robert's drinking a beer. And my sister's friend approached me and she goes, Robert, can I tell you something? I go, yeah. She goes, they're only young once. So if you don't have time, make time. Because she'll remember everything when she gets older and they're only young one time.
Yep.
So if you don't have time, make time. So I went and poured that beer out and went outside and played catch with her and played go fish with her.
It's true, because you can always pick up where you left off later.
Exactly.
And the time that you're with them, you don't know what holds for tomorrow.
Right.
You
It's
know?
like that song, Who Knows What Tomorrow Brings. And life's short. I mean, I got into that car accident and I didn't even know it. And life was almost over. And I didn't even know what was going on. They flew me to the hospital in a helicopter, they said. And my life was almost over really quick. So life's short. And like, for the little ones, if you don't have time, make time and do as many memorable things as you can with the family that's still alive with you now. Because one day, all we're going to have is memories.
Yep.
And that's all we're going to have of the things that we did with our family. And so the more memorable things you can do while they're still alive, the better. For you, for them. One day all we'll have is to look back and I remember when I did this, remember when I did that. And we're going to be alone. You won't be so much as alone because you have all kinds of grandkids and kids. I don't. So, I try to go out and, make the best of what I have.
You have any grandkids yet?
Well, I think little Robert has 2 kids, but I've never met him. Only one of them, the boy. And when the girl was going to be born, he goes, Dad, what do we do now? What do I do now? And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I'm having a girl. And I go, well, your lady knows what to do. She's a girl. And you'll catch on after a while. Have you ever played any drinking games?
No. None of, like spin the bottle, you mean?
Yeah, that I forgot about that one. Spin the bottle, truth or dare, spin the bottle.
Strip poker? No.
Yeah,
I never
strip
played
poker. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I never played any of those. To be honest with you. I hated to lose.
You know, I just drank. I never really played too many games. But if they were playing one, then and asked me to play, then I would play. And that was kind of fun. You have to relax sometimes. You can't just keep going and going.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I
rest.
can't stop, man. Sometimes I just keep going, and I don't know when to stop. Even my son gets on me. He says, "Why don't you just relax, Dad? Relax, you know."
I think that's in our blood.
I said, "No."
It comes from your dad and
Yeah. My uncle.
Yeah.
My uncle died from working. They said,
okay.
you know, out in the fields and stuff.
I never knew that explains it. That's why I have all this energy.
Yeah.
And I never knew why. And I've had some people think I was on something. I want one someone. Well, you're on. I'm not on nothing.
That's what they tell me. The same
and
thing.
They drank something out of my thermos. They go, "This is just cool." I go, "I told you." No, nothing. They thought I was on something. Well, I had all the energy, but I have a lot of energy ever since I was young.
I have a lot of energy, like crazy.
I mean, the ladies like it, and it's good for work. But a lot of other people didn't understand how could you have that much energy. They actually stopped working and told me, well, "Give me some what you got." I got Kool-Aid in my thermos. You can have
some people, you know, some people like the. If I didn't have a job
right.
to go to, like I go with my son, sometimes I relax, you know, kick back on. Sometimes I don't even have to work, you know, I don't work. They got it tied down pretty good. But I just go for, like I said, like
something to do, yeah, because it's a routine. You're used to it.
Like some people like to go jogging, other people like to go do things for walks,
right.
Or their dog for a walk. And so I don't own a dog. I don't own a car.
Right.
You know, so mostly I just get around wherever I can, walking.
Yeah.
You know, and every now and then I'll jog. You know,
right.
But I haven't done that in years. But I plan to do that pretty soon. Get back on to doing it again. You know, see if I got the same spirit when I had it when I was 50.
Yeah.
Because when I was 50, I was getting down. You know, I was working quite a bit, working on a lot, but not body weight like you guys with, you know, with different kind of exercise, like for energy.
Right.
You know, burn my energy off.
You've always been pretty healthy. I remember when we started working out in your garage, you were getting real healthy. Definition and everything.
Well, I started working out more when I went in, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And who was it? No names, but one homeboy just told me, he says, "You snap out of it, man." I said, "Man, I just feel down." He says, "That's not the way I want to see you. Because I'm used to seeing you. You get down all the time, you know. You fight, you chin. And now you just drained on." I go, "Yeah." I can't go past these bars to do anything. I said, "You only got from here to there." And so he got me a couple of books and put them on.
6 by 10.
Yeah, he got a couple of books and stacked them. And he made me do push-ups. Ever since then, I just started going off.
Yeah.
Working out all on my own, man. It's good. It's de-stressing.
Yeah, because it takes your mind off of that.
Takes your mind off of a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, off anything.
Yeah.
And it benefits you because you actually get something out of it. You're building up your health.
Yeah. Well, they say you're supposed to exercise your brain and your body.
Right.
You know, not just your body. You're supposed to exercise the brain. Like get a book and read. You know, do things.
That's what they say when you get older too. Like they're telling me, like for my brain injury, and I see a lot of old people doing it. They keep their mind occupied on things that keep them trying to figure out stuff, and that cures Alzheimer's. It makes it not come on as fast, and you have to keep doing stuff like that. Crossword puzzles, reading books that are going to keep you trying to figure things out. The next one is blackouts.
Blackout?
You drank so much hard liquor that you blacked out. I've done that before.
Yeah. Well, but what is blackout? You know, all it is you go to sleep.
Well,
Ain't it?
I blacked out before, Arthur.
Or blackout when you're partying with somebody.
You don't
remember what
you
happened.
don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
Like I've done that a few times. Like one time there was this like giant kid. He was a kid, but he was like about 6'2", 6'3", and he was heavy set too. And he goes, and I don't remember what happened while we were standing there. And he goes, "Hey Garcia, I don't want to fight you." And I thought, oh, I must have been doing something in the hard alcohol, but I don't remember. And I go, all right. I looked at the size of him. I don't want to fight you either. And he goes, all right. And we shook hands, but I don't remember what happened before that. And there were other times when Like it was Halloween, and they said that I was so drunk that I was acting like I was casting spells on people and dancing. And I don't know how to dance, so I was embarrassed after that because I couldn't only imagine what I was doing. And they started inviting me to parties. Hey, come to my party, come to my party. I want you to go to our party. No, and I ain't going nowhere for about 4 or 5 months, and I didn't because I didn't know. I don't remember when I was doing it, but they said I was doing that. I know how to be, kind of drunk. And then waking up in the back of cop cars, or waking up in prison, waking up in the county jail, and the next day they take you to prison because you've already been there.
Yeah.
So you take you the next morning, and asking people, hey, what happened, man? Yeah, still drunk. Sometimes I'm drunk to the point where I'm still feeling good the next day. Sometimes it's a bad hangover. I've gotten the bad hangovers mostly out of champagne or wine. Those are bad hangovers. But so is hard liquor, though.
I don't know when I was younger and I used to drive, I never drank with girls.
You never did?
A couple of times I did, but never got drunk with a girl. But I never drank with them. I didn't like to drink with them.
Oh, man, that's
because
fine.
there were a lot of them would, like a guy can go pull it out anywhere and go to the bathroom, right? Pee.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the girls got to go to a restroom.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of them don't like to go out in the venues and stuff.
To me, that was fun. Whenever girls would want to drink, and you know, one of the signals that they would give me, like I was always unsure. Well, should I try to put my arm around her? Or should I try to sit by her? You know, because sometimes you got those girls that embarrass the shit out of you. Like, hey, what the fuck you doing? Get the fuck away from me. And that's embarrassing. That was always embarrassing to me when I was a kid. Like, here's an example. One time we're in the school gym, in the weight room, and this Asian girl, she had a dress, and when she sat up, it was showing her panties. And I couldn't help. I was trying not to look because I want to be respectful, but I thought, well, I ain't never seen that before. Let me take a little peek. And she embarrassed me. She goes, hey, what the fuck you looking at, motherfucker? Don't be fucking looking at me. And some guy saw what was going on. He goes, well, you're the one that was showing your fucking pussy in that short dress you got on for everybody to see. So don't wear a dress like that and nobody will look at you, you fucking bitch. And then I felt better, but at first she embarrassed the shit out of me, Arthur. I was like, whoa, I felt about that big. Everybody was looking, the whole gym class, and I was, oh man. But then everybody was looking. She was wearing a dress every time she sat down. You could see all her her shit, you know. And I thought, whoa, I never seen that before. That's kind of nice. Then she embarrassed me. But girls could always do that to me real easy. Make me feel like about that big and, embarrassed real easy. Whenever a girl was mean to me, I got real embarrassed for a long time. But, anyways, that guy put her in her place. Expensive alcohol versus cheap alcohol. I don't know, was one get you more high? Do you think one...
Well, back in the days when I was younger, I used to like this cheap wine.
Right.
And then somebody gave me some expensive wine once.
What was the difference?
The difference was none.
You didn't have a bad as hangover? Expensive something doesn't give you as bad as hangover?
I don't know. I just didn't. Me personally, I didn't see no difference in it.
Right.
Whether the taste difference, maybe there was a taste difference in every drink you drink like food.
Right.
But for some reason, this liquor to me was liquor.
Right.
If I saw a bottle of liquor, you're gonna run. But would you pay that much money for something to drink like that? If I had that kind of money, I don't know if I'd want to spend it like that. Like,
would you?
Oh, I'd get a $300 bottle of wine. For
$200 bottle of wine versus a $3 bottle of wine.
Yeah. Ripple.
Which one?
Ripple.
Oh, I remember Ripple.
Remember Ripple?
They stopped making it because people were getting too drunk off it and it was so cheap.
So cheap, and it was good.
Yeah, I drank Ripple when I was about
a lot of Ripple when I was
7 or 8, and somebody let me try it.
But
that was cheap, and they stopped making it because too many people were
getting drunk,
drinking it and getting drunk, and it was so cheap that anybody could buy it for cheap.
I bet you they put a label on it and they charge more money for it, and your name on it.
They could have done that.
Yeah.
They didn't. They made a judgment call, and I don't think it was a wise judgment call. Because people drink anyways. Yeah. They have since prohibition. No matter how cheap or expensive it is, they could have put a more expensive label on it and charged more money for it, and that would have solved the problem for just anybody buying it. No people with no money just have a little bit of change in their pocket, or $1 or $2, or however much it was, and going and getting a bottle. I remember going to the store getting that with I think it was my grandmother's brother, Little Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
He used to drink that. He's the one he let me try it when I was about 8 or 9. Well, it wasn't alcohol. Never be quiet. What do you think the best thing for a hangover is, like to eat or drink?
Well, menudo.
Menudo's good. Menudo's good, period, even if whether you got a hangover or not. But yeah, they say it's good for a hangover though. And then when hangover in Spanish is crudo, isn't it?
Crudo.
Okay. Or a lot of water. Like one time, your son showed up. He had jobs. You know, he's a landscaping contractor. He showed up and he was throwing up. And he goes, "Oh, Robert, I don't feel like working. We had to find potatoes that this guy said that nothing grew there, but there was potatoes underneath the ground because that's how they grow. So we had to find them. I go, there's potatoes here. She goes, well, the guy told lady nothing grew here. And I go, man, they're all over this field right here that you brought me in. So we found them all. And he had a hangover. He showed up and he was like, could barely lift his head up. And he goes, I went out with my wife last night and we drank at the bar and we drank a lot. And I didn't even feel like showing up to work, but you know I had to because I told this lady I would do her yard contract with her. And so I go. He goes, what should I do, man? I feel like this is going on. I go, Arthur, you want me to tell you what to do? I've done it before. Drink water. You know, flush you out. You'll keep throwing up like 4 or 5 times, maybe even 3 or 4 more times. But at the end of the day, you'll feel normal again. It'll flush all the alcohol out of your system. And he goes, I'll try it. And he goes, fine. And so he threw up like 2 or 3 more times, but at the end of the day, he goes, hey, Robert, I feel better. I feel normal again. He goes, how did you know that? I go, because I did it. Somebody told me to do it, and I did it. He goes, man, that's pretty smart. Because now I felt a lot better, man. And so that would be hangover. As far as hangover goes for me, one time